Peace and blessings, everybody. Good morning. Hope everybody's having a great day so far, and you continue to do so. All praises due to the Most High for another day. Coming to you with another video by way of Voices for the Voiceless. It's Jay Taylor, one half of Voices for the Voiceless. Shout out and much love to my sister Mika. Yes, indeed. So let's get right into it. The definition of insanity. Hmm. Before we go there, I do want to say my prayers are going out to all the hurricane victims and survivors. We definitely want to keep the hurricane victims and survivors in our prayers, and we want to make sure that we keep them in our thoughts as well. It's just horrific seeing all the images on television and hearing all the stories that are very, very disheartening. Natural disasters uh, to this magnitude are the worst. You know what I'm saying? And I really, feel for the people that are affected by the storms and their families as well. So definitely keeping the victims of Hurricane Helene and Hurricane Milton in our prayers. Now, the definition of insanity. When we look at this nation, I do have to ask the question, are we insane? When we look at this current administration and what we're accepting from this current administration as taxpaying citizens, are we insane? Have we gone insane? We got people redefining what is a male, what is a female. I mean, people make their choices and what they want to do, but just on the basis, are we insane? I mean, God gave us two genders. People uh, arguing over, whether they should be able to AB their child or not on a federal level. I think that should be held how it always has been at a state level. Are we insane to even be having that conversation? Um, I would say the definition of insanity, for one, is simple: to continue to do the same things repeatedly and expect different results is the definition of insanity. So, with that being said, you know, this current administration has shown time and time again their negligence. Um, they have shown their incompetency. They've shown how they value American life across the board, regardless of race, creed, or color. A nation is as strong as its weakest link. Right now, Americans are suffering from this current economy. Millions of Americans have been sharing the same sentiments. Inflation. So, I mean, I could go on and on. We talk about this all the time, but one thing that I do want to note is, let's say this for example. Kamala Harris said that one of her policies was to give $25,000 to first-time homeowners in her, when if she's elected president. Now, people can argue whether that's a good policy or not. A lot of people say it's good, but a lot of people say, well, it's not 25,000 with this current housing market is nothing. That's not going to put a dent in nothing. And you got to qualify for it to even get it. So, and then it's a lot of people that are in real estate that would say, well, those are programs that are already offered. Or if you're going to do that across, even if you had the power to do that across the board, it would only increase in the market. It's make it so unaffordable. It would have worse uh, results than better. Be that as it may, whether what argument what side of the argument that you find yourself on with that policy, I would challenge her because she's in office right now to take that same $25,000 that she's promising to first time homeowners. As we see the images of people who have lost everything, have lost their homes, we see uh, homes being washed across the shores of North Carolina, just whole houses being decimated. I would say take that same 25,000 while you're in office right now and give it to the hurricane survivors now. You're currently in office now. You and Joe Biden give that $25,000 to every person, every family that has lost their home. Why you can't do that for them right now? But no, instead, this is what they do. They say, oh, we're going to give every household $750. Really? For someone who has lost their entire home, their vehicles, everything, their memorabilia, everything is destroyed. You offer American taxpaying citizens that are the victims of a natural disaster $750 instead. But when you get in office, you're going to give first time home owners $25,000 towards their mortgage. No, take that $25,000 and give it to every household, and that wouldn't even be enough. But $750, come on, man. And then people have to. What I'm hearing is people have to apply for that, and a lot of people are being denied from FEMA. What is there a thought about? Look, I'm a victim of this natural disaster. I'm a taxpaying citizen. I'm an American citizen. This 750 ain't nothing, but I'm gonna use it for what at least I can eat for a couple days or get some, a hotel or something till we figure something else out. Let me get that until we figure something. And you're being denied by your government, huh? See, the definition of insanity is to continue to do the same things over and over and expecting different results. That's a policy I would implement. Now, people hate Donald Trump so bad that they would vote against their best interest. See, this ain't about liking Kamala Harris in this election. This is about anybody but Donald Trump. And the only reason that you're feeling like that is because the propaganda that the media, the mainstream media, has created to villainize this one in particular individual. That's why you're saying anybody but Donald Trump. You're not even looking at the policies and comparing them. You're so far gone on racism. He's a racist. And If you do the history on Donald Trump, he's far from racist. I don't even understand how you could do 5 seconds of a Google search and find that to be not only disingenuous, not only dishonest, but totally infactual. It is not true. The man has done so much for black people individually and collectively. If you want to talk about the money that he's donated to HBUs, if you want to talk about him funding Jesse Jackson's campaign when he ran for president, if you want to talk about him exonerating certain uh, black entertainers from prison, I mean, the list goes on and on and on. I mean, is he perfect? No. Does he make mistakes? He's a human being. But when you compare the track records of both candidates in this race, there's a clear cut answer. But no, the definition of insanity is to continue to do the same thing and expect different results. When we talk about in America, racism in America is sewn into the social fabric of this nation. But as we see, these are white people being treated just as bad in those mountains in North Carolina that are not getting any type of aid, that are being told we're going to give you $750, but we just gave hundreds of millions to billions to other countries and also illegal immigrants. The definition of insanity is to vote that back into office expecting a different result. Hmm. This is not going to be a long video, just something to warm the pot up because we definitely going to go live soon. I'm hoping that we can tonight. But the definition of insanity is to expect different results after repeatedly doing the same thing over. And make no mistake, recent interview on The View, they asked Kamala Harris what she is with Joe Biden. What would you do differently if you were the president? Not to mention that you already the vice president, and Joe Biden been throwing you up on under the bus every chance you get, and confirming that you had the same power that he has. He finds his way to make sure that he puts you intertwined with him. You know what I'm saying? That hey, I gave her the same amount of power that I have. And to be honest, I don't think neither one of them have any true power. But that's a conversation. That's a different conversation for a different day. But she told you on The View when asked, "What would you do different than Joe Biden?" And she said verbatim, "Nothing really comes to mind." Huh? Hmm. Now, nothing really comes to mind with inflation through the roof, a crisis, illegal immigration running wild. They out here just getting all this money while we don't have money for American citizens. Um, all the problems that we have, I'm not gonna list right now, that we are fully aware of. She wouldn't do anything different. You know why? Because that's 4 more years of the same. And for any of you to vote for that is what? The definition of insanity. To continue down the same road that you've been continuing on for the past 4 years with the same administration and expecting them to do anything different. That's my time for this morning. And I'm gonna leave you with this. If you're driving en route to your destination and you notice at some point, oh wow, I got the wrong address in my GPS. I'm supposed to be going to 1200 Jackson Street, but I got on here 1300 Harrison Street. What do you do? Do you stop, pull over, put the correct address in, or do you continue to go in the wrong direction? That's an answer you got to ask yourself. But y'all have a blessed day. I'll be in touch soon. Voices for the voiceless. We love y'all. That's why we would never give you anything to harm you, only to enlighten you. And y'all have a blessed day. God bless everybody. Peace and blessings.